once the euphoria.
All right, live now to Damascus, where the Syrian Foreign Minister Walid al-Moualem is indeed giving a news conference.
My letter
as
that
promised.
I've sent
Let's
it
hear
to
what
him
he's saying.
on the 17th of November. That includes as well some amendments and additions to the protocol given to us by the Secretary General of the Arab League on the 16th of this month. Before dealing with the content of the Secretary General's League, let me tell you something. As you know, Syria has accepted the Arab plan that we have agreed upon its items in Doha and adopted by the Arab League Council on the 2nd of November 2011. Before the time limit comes to an end, during that meeting, they invited in a surprise way to an emergency meeting to the Arab League Council on the 10th of November. During this meeting, they adopted a resolution, a decision that goes beyond the Arab League Constitution in the mechanisms of suspension of the membership of a member state and founding member state of the Arab League. That includes as well an unprecedented measures in the Arab work, including imposing sanctions on the Syrian people, economic sanctions on the Syrian people in response to the question of the United States and EU as well to impose these sanctions 2 days before the meeting. And it's quite clear that the Arab League left completely what we have agreed upon the Doha meetings regarding this plan, and without a ground to avoid the foreign intervention in the Syrian affairs. On the 16th of November 2011, a meeting was held in Rabat for the Arab League Council on the ministerial level, foreign ministers level, to resume the talks about Syria with a purpose absence of Syria and the Syrian goals, despite the fact that Syria has received on the 14th of November a memorandum from the Arab League Secretary General to invite Syria for this meeting. Syria also has received at the same time contacts from Arab brotherly and sisterly countries to urge Syria to take part in this meeting in order to review the legality of the Arab League decision on the 12th of November, which in violation of the Arab League Charter. And at this meeting in Rabat, a decision was issued by the Arab League that annexed to a protocol, a draft protocol regarding the legal center of the Arab League and the Arab League monitoring mission in Syria, to be signed by the Syrian government and the Secretary General of the Arab League. Syria, the Arab Republic of Syria, has started the draft of the protocol, and I told the Secretary General via a letter to the Secretary General on the 17th, which means next day, including our readiness to sign the protocol after some amendments and additions, procedural and important amendments and additions that never interfere in the nature of the Arab League monitoring mission and will never hinder this mission or its freedom to do the entitled job. But we want to put things on the proper track and to facilitate the mission and the job of this mission to be done properly. And we need to reaffirm in this context that the protocol, the draft of the protocol of the Arab League handed to Syria included some items that reflect unbalanced positions adopted by member states of the Arab League and member states of the concerned ministerial committee since the start of the crisis in Syria. And despite that, we dealt with that subject in a positive way, because we are keen on the continuation of the work within the framework of the Arab League, and despite the protocol internationally is a result of talks and negotiations between the two sides, and not a sort of a dictation by a part on another part. And the draft of this protocol given to us include also granting capabilities to the mission of the Arab League to the extent that they can violate the Syrian sovereignty, which is unprecedented during the history of the regional organizations in any area, and they are not going to work against its member states. And it's also a contradiction to the Arab Secretary General League declaration when they said it is under study. The Arab League, the Arab Republic of Syria, received yesterday, on the 19th of November, a letter from him telling us that the Secretariat General is not entitled to respond to the amendments made by Syria on that protocol. And the Secretary General made consultative contacts with the chairman of the Ministerial Committee and with other Arab foreign ministers, and they reached the point that the mission of the Secretary General is to be asked and explain some questions, and not to hold talks about the protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, let me stress here again that the picture is quite clear for us. And despite this fact, I will answer the Arab League Secretary General. I will reply to his letter, and I will put some questions and clarifications